All right, guys, what's going down, man? This is your boy, DJ Just J with JustDimes.com, and I am your humble host of the Soto You Dig. We like to welcome you guys to the Soto You Dig Soto Nation. Guys, what's going on? What's cracking? Y'all let me know how this mic sounds, if it's too loud, if it's not loud enough, or anything like that. If I need to make any adjustments, let me know so I can do it now. Like to give a shout out to you guys, man. Today is a wonderful day. Today is Sunday, the 8th. Beautiful day outside. The weather's getting a little bit better. It's not great, but it's all right. But I do want to give a shout out to my people out there in YouTube land. Probably not going to go live on Facebook today. I don't want to overflood my Facebook timeline, but I probably will start giving them some more videos at a later time. But I want to give a shout out to the people that are already here and already tuned in and ready to rock and roll. So I want to give a shout out. Let me scroll up here a little bit. To Exo Dosiah says, I'm not going to say that. What's up, Exo Dosiah? How you doing? Revy Guns is in the building. What's up, Revy Guns? Rochelle is in the building. What's going on? Insatiable is my name. Do that story on this woman who reached down. Oh, no. Oh, actually, Insatiable, I did see that. No, can't do it. Number one, because of the, for everything, I can't. I'll get crazy flagged for that. I can't, as much as I want to, I can't do it. But I did see the video. It was quite disgusting. And just shame on that woman, man. April 77 or Alerpa. April 77. What's going on with you? Classy young man, my brother is in the building. In the building. Says Raynaud syndrome has been predicted and come to fruition. Yes, it has. And you guys know that Tommy predicted it, and it is now happening, and it's happening a lot. Unfortunately for the children, unfortunately, you know, for everybody, the families involved, yes, it is coming to fruition. Mo Common Sense is in the building. My brother, what's going on? Says, what's the business, Soto family? Big brother DJ Just, what's going down? My brother Mo Common Sense, who joins us on the panel from time to time. Gotta love it. CJ Gunn is in the building. What's going down, CJ Gunn? Melanated Queen C70 Lewis. First of all, hi, how are you doing? Second of all, the title is wrong to begin with. Why would they call this fool a father? Clearly he isn't. Well, this is the thing. What do you define as a father? Like, I would like to hear what you say as far as like what a father is, because I've done some stories on mothers and fathers, and they both have done some pretty bad things to kids. But, you know, I don't think people like that, you know, really qualify as human when they abuse children and do bad things to children. So, but I hear you on that. Let's see. TB is in the building. What's going down, TB? How you doing? Kenneth Lyles is in the building. Says he agrees with melanated. There's a double standard though. Women that cause their children's death are still called mothers. That was my point, right? Logic over emotion. Guys like that shirt? Hope you guys like the Logic Over Emotion shirts. Hashtag Logic Over Emotion. If you guys want to get one of those shirts, all you got to do is shoot me an email and we can hook up those shirts and send them out to you. Stephen W is in the building. What's going on, my brother? How are you? Roger Cash is in the building. What's going down, Roger Cash? Let's see. Anthony Cantor, my brother, is back in the building. What's going down, Anthony Cantor? How are you, sir? Let's see. Ouija Zozo was back in the building. What's going down, Ouija? And of course, in the building, y'all know who it is. It is Jay McLovin. Is in the building. What's going down, Jay McLovin? In the building representing. Y'all know what it is with me and Jay McLovin. You know what I'm saying? Often imitated, never duplicated. Shout out to Jay McLovin. Therese Radigan is in the building. What's going down? Therese says, hi, DJ and Soto Nation. What's going on? My sister Latia's Tall is in the building. What's going down, Latia's Tall? How are you? Let's see. Tammy B is in the building. What's up, Tammy B? How you doing? My brother King James Beats is in the building. What's cracking, Holmes? How are you? And matter of fact, King James, man, I wish I could have got you to stay on that panel the other night. I know we were having some technical difficulties, But I did want to hear your insight. But man, that conversation was getting heated, my brother. So I definitely want to apologize if you felt like you were cut off in there. But I wanted you to participate, by the way. Let's see. Skohar is in the building. My brother, what's going on? Sassy Francis is back. What's going on? Just Saying says, hey, DJ, just what's going on? E-Goose is me. That is my sister, Erica. Erica, how are you? John Young is in the building. What up? Says, sup, Jay? What it ain't what it was. What's going down, John? Tyrone Church is in the building. What's up, Tyrone? How you doing, sir? Who else am I missing? What story can't I do? I can't. Okay, like the woman that reached into her and pulled out and hit the woman in the face with the, like, stories like that are pretty graphic. Those I'm not going to even try to touch because it's going to be Flag City over here, and I'm good on that, man. Yeah. So, Jamil Wilson, what's going on? If you guys haven't already done so, do me a favor when you come in, hit the thumbs up button. That'll not only share the show, but it'll let somebody else know that we are live. Simple thing to do. You don't always have to show monetary contributions, even though you can. But please, if nothing else, if you are here, hit the thumbs up. Can everybody make sure and do that for me? Can we do that? Let's see. Monique Starr is in the building. Is in the building from UK. What's going down, Monique Starr? How are you? Thank you very much. I'm very blessed to have my people outside of the country watching. Thank you very much. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I missed some more names. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. I missed some more names. Shanae Britt Wilkerson. Hey, how you doing? Says, love your show. Thank you very much. It's a show, like I said, this show is really derived from my brother Tommy Sotomayor, and I speak a lot of his rhetoric. And I share his message, I share his sentiments. So a lot of what you're gonna hear is the same thing that my brother talks about, but we do things here our own way. So shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. And you know, I wish my brother all, you know, the love in the world. And you know, and like I say, man, I just hope that at some point people will realize that, you know, him wanting us basically to get better in the black community, you have to point shame, and we don't have shame in the black community. So with him reinserting it in a way that might be hard for people to deal with, like if we're as strong as we say we are in the black community, then I feel like we have to have some thicker, tougher skin to be able to hear these things that he says. He's not actually doing these things he talks about, he just talks about it. It's just words. Whatever happened to sticks and stones, man? You know what I'm saying? My brother Chris Thorns is in the building. What's going down, my brother Chris Thorns? Y'all make sure and check out the Chris Thorns show. Got him some new graphics over there. I hope that they worked out, my brother. And I got to fix one of them for you. I got to fix that Facebook one for you. So just bear with me on that, okay? Miss Fabulicity. Miss Fabulcity. I always get that wrong. I'm so sorry. Let me know if I pronounced it right the second time. But Miss Fabulcity is in the building. What's going on? Who else am I missing? Ah, Promise is in the building. What's up, Promise? How you doing, sir? How are you? April Jones. Who? April Jones. Who? April Jones is in the building. What's going down, April Jones, my sister? Let's see. Relationship Rehab. Hey, live. What's going down, Relationship Rehab? That is the Relationship Rehab. That is the second half to the Guru and the Whore. That is also United Guns of America. TRR is in the building. Y'all make sure and check out Talk About It Tuesdays coming up here on Tuesday. Tate Talk About It Tuesdays. See, I remember, brother, all off the dome. Let's see. Thank you, Classic Young Man. Definitely appreciate that, brother. I'm trying to make sure and continue to expand and keep working to make the show better for you guys, man. So thank you very much for that. Mike Wash is in the building. What's going down, Mike? Let's see. Who else am I missing? Who else am I missing? Am I missing? What? Definitely need shame. What other community in America doesn't have it? Hey, man, thank you, Classy Young. That's why I love having Classy Young Man here, man. He be talking them facts. Safe driving to Tommy, especially listen to those crows. Yes. What's going down, Therese Rattigan? How you doing? Somebody with the name of Negroes Are Crazy. Say my name. Well, I did. So shout out to you. Thank you for being here. It's a lot of names in here, guys. V Crabtree is present. What's going on? King George is in the building. What's going down? And Your boy Chance. Oh, what's up, Chance? I know who that is. What's up to you and Promise? I'm going to take a drink for you guys. That's a healthy drink. That's that Ruby Red. That is that grapefruit juice, man. That's good stuff. But I'm happy to have both of you guys in the building. What's going down, Irby Font? For everybody else, man, I'm about to cut the shout outs here in just a moment so that way we can go ahead and get started with the show. Let me see. You know what? I want to give you guys that that song that I did with not did with L Smooth, but that song that I gave you guys about the teachers with L Smooth. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Hold on just a moment. Let me see. That's the song. There it is. All right, hold on. That one. I like this song about the teachers. Again, shout out to my brother L Smooth. I'm going to give you guys this song real quick, and this is called Please Pay the Teachers. This is the teacher's anthem.
The time is now for politicians to do the right thing. The time is now for Oklahoma to step up. Time is now.
Please pay the teachers. Please pay the teachers. Please pay the teachers. Teachers have a family too.
Please pay the teachers.
They trying to educate our youth.
Please pay the teachers.
Oklahoma ranked near the bottom.
Please pay the teachers.
Great teachers out here, we got them.
Please pay the teachers.
Time to walk it out. You know what I'm talking about. Teachers gained a lot of clout. Can you help them feed their mouth? The worst paid, wanting the best grade. Education is very essential, need a bigger raise. Been at least a decade, that ain't cool. April 2nd, getting up out of them schools instead of them dropping them jewels. Need the tools and supplies, no more consistent lies. 6K ain't enough, don't you call these teachers bluff? Teachers have a family too.
Please pay the teachers.
They trying to educate our youth.
Please pay the teachers.
Oklahoma ranked near the bottom.
Please pay the teachers.
Great teachers out here, we got them.
Please pay the teachers.
Teachers have a family too.
Please pay the teachers.
They trying to educate our youth.
Please pay the teachers.
Oklahoma ranked near the bottom.
Please pay the teachers.
Great teachers out here, we got them.
Please pay the teachers.
They cutting the funding, then raise the taxes. The OEA demands, y'all need to pass it. Who wants to teach a class when the pay ain't right? Living check to check, hard to sleep at night. 77 counties in support of red air. Big corporations benefiting, not the school of kids. Support staff needed too, don't forget them. You gotta think about the future of the children. If you care, go ahead and sign the bill. Teachers are the gateway, deserve a better deal. They appreciate the small pay raise, but on April 2nd, teachers striking anyway. Teachers have a family too.
Please pay the teachers.
They trying to educate our youth.
Please pay the teachers.
Oklahoma ranked near the bottom.
Please pay the teachers.
Great teachers out here, we got them.
Please pay the teachers.
Teachers have a family too.
Please pay the teachers.
They trying to educate our youth.
Please pay the teachers.
Oklahoma ranked near the bottom.
Please pay the teachers.
Great teachers out here, we got them.
Please pay the teachers.
A pay raise alone won't be enough to help our kids catch up. Over the last 10 years, our state has fallen horribly behind our neighbors in what we're investing in each student's education. Increasing teacher pay is vitally important for recruiting the talented teachers in Oklahoma. Yet, on top of that, Oklahoma students need to be able to compete with students from other states by using the resources that they are provided. Funding needs to increase, and it needs to increase now.
Man, for you guys that like that song, I'd be more than happy to get you guys the link to it. Great song. I don't know if he's going to do a video to it, but shout out to my brother Lamar Mensa, L Smooth. That is a banging song. I really, really, really love that song, man. It's got an awesome message. Let me see here if I can get my next song here up on the board. Man, there we go. Okay. And this is a song by me and my brother Kurt Dog. Of course, you guys know this song. And do me a favor, guys. We don't time anybody out here. We're not going to block nobody, but do me a favor. And I need you guys to be respectful when you're talking to folks in the chat. That's all I ask. is just be respectful, all right? You guys can have fun, say what you need to say, but I want you guys to also make sure and stay on topic, all right? This is a song by me and my brother Kurt, dog, and we getting straight to the money. You dig?
It's a love shot track.
Just Jay and I'm back again. Hit the highway, and then I gassed up. Then with the fuel city and got my bag up. Hey, it's time to get that cash. I mean, I'm about to smash. Just turn the lights on. The flow will never crash. Drinks are going up. I mean, they turning up. Everybody's tipsy, but ain't no throwing up. I press play, they hit the floor, now the party's lit. Ladies on the floor vibing, I'm spinning hits. The club is popping, so you gotta meet us at the spot. On the south side of the D, man, we got it locked. I jumped in the ride, said, "Bae, I see you later." Headed to the front door out to get this paper. I threw on my J's, then put on my jeans. Fresh fade, fresh fitted, man, I'm looking clean. Then I took a shower for about an hour. I let my girl know the plan, so she's never sour. While we laid up, movies on the screen and my phone rings. It's my homie and I gotta bring. I mean, I gotta come and bring my A game. Homie, are you busy? I mean, we need you, man.
Straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone. Get the money, then I'm gone in the flash. Headed back to the shack to put the money in the stash. Take me a quick shower. Throw on some new clothes. Jump in a different whip to keep them haters on they toes. Holla at my nigga Dub trying to see what's up. Him and Reeves at the park and they posted up. They got the whips out with the barbecue. So long, give me 30 minutes and I'm coming through. Pull up to the park slow when it's hella deep. Hopped out with the heater, I don't never sleep. Seen the homie show love and got in the mix. Made a plate, then I took me a couple of flicks. I kicked back for a minute, told the homies I was headed to the shack in a minute. Made me another plate, told them that I was out. I gotta make a run and get up on my paper route. And I'm gone. Straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone. That's how I do it, man. I get in and I get out. I don't stick around too long, man. I get to the money. Come through, say what's up to my niggas. Fuck them hoes, I ain't tripping on them hoes, you know what I'm talking about? Nigga, fuck them hoes. Real shit. Had me a little something. Say what up and then I'm gone. I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone.
Y'all better not be making Jay McLovin mad up in there. She gonna get you. Iserta Pacino, I feel you on that. That's awesome. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Now we need to get straight to the story. Let's get to this news story, all right? Because we're not going to take too long. We're not going to be in here too long. Let's see. Who said that? That was, oh, my sister Erica. She said, I'm beginning to know these songs by heart. That's actually pretty cool. And if you don't have the music, if I haven't actually already emailed it to you, all you got to do is just shoot me an email at sodoyoudig@gmail.com, and I'll make sure and send you guys the songs, okay? Now, also, if you guys want to support the show, what we do here with this particular platform is it's kind of a multi-platform kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff that we do here. We'll do news stories sometimes. We'll do a topic more times than none. Then we'll also have panel discussions as well. So if people want to hop on those panels, then what you can do is you could also shoot me an email. Once I have your email, you can actually hop on. Or if you want to call into the show and speak your thoughts, I'd be more than happy to take calls. But you must shoot me an email at sodoyoudig@gmail.com. If you guys want to show any level of monetary support, then right here is where my PayPal is, paypal.me/DJJustJOK. I'll make sure and give you guys a shout out whenever you support. Or you can do what some people are already starting to do, which is hit this Patreon right here, which is the link right there. Patreon.com/DJJustJOK. I think Jay McLovin already posted it out there. Skohart posted it out there also. What's up, Reenie? Shanae Britt Wilkerson. If you guys want the music, like I said, shoot me an email and I'll send that over to you. Now to Mr. Jacob. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, sir? And actually, I'm not actually here for approval, but as long as the people that donate and for the people that are here on a regular basis like it, then it's all good, you know? But I appreciate you being here, and if you don't like it, then I don't know why you're here. But I welcome you to be here and stay here as long as you want. So if you ain't got nobody to hate, then feel free to hate on me. This is your boy DJ Just J. You can hate on me all day long, all right? Now, what we have going on, guys, is, as you can see from the title, I had to change it just a little bit. And I see you guys are talking about child support. I'd like that because, like I said, that's primarily what we talk a lot about here is child support. I know sometimes people always wonder, well, why we gotta, why you always have to go back to that and, and this and that, stuff like that. Well, the thing is I believe that everybody has a message, right? For content creators, they all have messages and they all are going to have something that reverberates constantly whenever they do shows. So our theme here is child advocacy. Our theme here is also fathers' rights and also the Title IV system. Title IV is in IV, is in the number 4, not FORT, but number 4, Title IV, which is what welfare is built off of. It's a government system. I'll continue to reiterate that so you guys will understand and have that in your brain so you'll know exactly what it is, okay? And a lot of what we're trying to do is not necessarily trying to get rid of the system, even though I think that would actually force us to be better as a people. But like I say, and guys, y'all could, yeah, like I said, you can delete the messages, just leave them there. Like I said, if they want to be here, they can be here as long as they want to. They ain't doing nothing but helping the numbers go up, so it's not a problem. So more of that will come. Like I say, as we continue to grow here, we'll continue to get more people that, want to say negative things. But like I say, I'd say just let them. If you want to delete a comment or two here and there, feel free. But, only if it's egregious, maybe time out. But we ain't got to block them for the most part. Just let them talk. And again, a shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab, man. But what we have going on here with this particular story is there was a father that was reported that took his own daughter and his ex-girlfriend out, all behind child support. So this is another themed show. As you guys know, I had a conversation with my brother Suge the other day, and it was his first time on the show, and I definitely appreciate him for coming through. But like I say, for him maybe to not really understand a lot of what our message here is, then, I think maybe some of the things that we said might have been a little bit shocking for him to hear for the first time. But all in all, it's still relevant because what we want to do here is we want to focus on building families, and we want to focus on actually remedying the Black community by way of, if people want solutions, then one of the things I believe is the solution is to get rid of all of the safety nets, right? Because this is the thing. I don't believe that you learn how to ride a bike. For you guys to hear me out there, I don't believe that you guys learn how to ride a bike if you continue to keep the training wheels on that bicycle. Do you guys agree with that? I believe that as a parent and as a father, eventually what you're going to have to do is, if you are teaching your kids to ride a bicycle, then eventually you're going to have to let them take the training wheels off, let them scrape their knee, let them scrape their arm up. They'll learn. They'll learn to stay off that ground. And that's the way it should also work with our system. And all this system is basically doing is we have training wheels on, we got helmets on, we got life jackets on, we got okay, I take that back. It only applies to one side. That usually only applies to the women as far as having a safety net, because the men don't have any of that at all. You see what I'm saying? And what it does is it pits us up against each other. And what a lot of us don't realize is the fact that we are now working against each other. And that's part of what we're trying to break down. We're trying to break down the idea that we're on two separate sides of the spectrum when we really should be working in collusion with each other, right? What's up, Ty Sands, and anybody else that I missed? So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for being here. So whenever you guys come in, if you'll just hit the thumbs up for me, that would actually help out quite a bit. Now, how much is too much to allow a 2-year-old to live? Okay. There's a murder trial over $600 in child support payments that ended in a conviction. And that's the story that I'm going to tell you guys. All right. Now, I also want to give a shout out, give credit where credit is due, because she is listening. She's watching the show. Jay McLovin actually sent this particular story. Hey, what's up, Chaz? How you doing, sis? But Jay McLovin sent me this story, so I wanted to make sure and give her credit because she actually sent a couple really good stories. Now, in the months after Darren Boswell-Johnson, so Daron, which is the guy right over here to my right, the guy that's in the white warm up there. His name is Darren, Daron Boswell, Boswell-Johnson. Learned he was the father of a 2-year-old girl he took to the internet for advice. How can I stop child support? He tapped into his phone in late 2015. How does the court know if child support is not paid? He typed shortly after. And in January of 2016, he asked, what if I'm behind on my child support? So I'm assuming what they did was they probably got his phone records or his internet records or something like that. And some kind of way recorded this information, and they're putting it out there to say that this is what led up to this egregious act that he did, right? Now, weeks later, after $600 a month began being garnished from his paychecks, his daughter, Chloe Davis Green, and the girl's mother, whose name is Nishante Davis, were dead. So Chloe is the little 2-year-old girl that he found out that he had. Nishante is the chick right here on my right. That's her. And the daughter's on the far right. Nishante's name is spelled Neshaante. Nishante. Nishante. But, you know, like I said, that's her name. She is posthumous now, along with her daughter. But, you know, like I said, the name is definitely a little bit difficult to swallow as far as, like, you know, us black people in these names, man. I don't know. It get a little crazy sometimes. Now, it appeared, according to prosecutors, that Boswell-Johnson's answer to his child support problems was executing the mother and daughter in the early morning of February 2nd of 2016. Now, let me go and go back just a little bit here. Let me see if I can get this story to come back up without messing up on me. All right. Let's see. How much is too much to allow a 2-year-old to live? This question was asked by Prince George County State Attorney Angela D. Also Brooks, who is a Democrat, asked the jury in her opening statement. Is it $200? Is it $400? Is $600 the magic number, she said. It's hard to believe a father would kill his child, not to mention her mother, because of child support. I'll read that part again. They said it's hard to believe a father would kill his child, not to mention her mother, because of child support. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to throw this out there real quick before we get too deep in the story. I'm wondering how many of you guys understand this level of logic. Now, when it comes to somebody that you did not want to have this kid, they have the kid, right? Because, you know, you laid down with this person, you had sex with him, you had a kid. It's not what you wanted, but it happened. Now you have your life set up to whatever job it is that you have. You're making, you know, you have a budget, you have a plan. And, you know, whatever you're doing to live your daily life, whether it's car payments, paying your rent, or whatever it is, your food expenses, all of that stuff is already calculated. Because, you know, if you work 40 hours a week, then you know what your check is going to be when you get that check in 2 weeks, right? So just imagine, you know, out of nowhere and out of your control, they say, we feel like that you ought to be paying this woman this amount of money. And then that next thing that you know, that money starts coming out of your account. Just no say so about it, no explanation, no nothing. Your check is just short $600. Now your livelihood, the way that you've been living, and all of these things are now being put in jeopardy because if you do not continue to take care of that bill or anything like that, now you're also at risk of going to jail, and you're also at risk of, losing, your career, your livelihood, all of your possessions. You could lose your entire life. So I'm wondering, how is it that it's hard to believe that a person being forced into that situation would not consider drastic means of ending that situation or inflicting that same level of pain on someone else? I'm just wondering, how is that hard to believe? It's not hard to believe. What I believe in is that it's just wrong. It's just straight up wrong, right? It's wrong. It's criminal. It's illegal. It makes him, a bad example. But I don't think it's hard to believe at all. But on Tuesday, a jury convicted a Maryland man named Darren Boswell-Johnson on 2 counts of murder in the double killing. Reports say not long after Boswell-Johnson became a father, he took to the internet posting questions that related to child support in hopes that other dads would have gone through it. Other dads who've gone through it could help. According to the Washington Post in 2015, Boswell-Johnson asked in a post, "How can I stop child support? How does the court know if child support is not paid?" And in 2016, he asked, "What if I'm behind on child support?" This is what he's typing in these search engines. So they must have pulled his internet history. It would only be a few weeks later that his paycheck would start seeing a $600 a month garnish. Soon after, in the early morning of February 2nd of 2016, his daughter Chloe Davis Green and her mother Nishante Davis were dead. With no gun and no DNA evidence, and this is part of what I was going to get to, Mo Common Sense, if you're still out there, bro, and you ask, where was the kicker? Where is the uniqueness in this story? Well, this is the uniqueness in this story right here. With no gun and no DNA evidence linking Boswell-Johnson to the murder scene, prosecutors had to rely on something else. And I want to know what you got, because we got a lot of people in the chat right now. And so what I want to know is, for the people that are watching, we currently got about 122 people watching. If you guys would do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. And as you guys know, don't block, just time them out from time to time if they say something too egregious, okay? That's all we got to do. Just time them out from time to time. Because like I say, it'll take them a little while to get used to the way that we do things here, okay? Now, for the people that are not familiar, when it comes to being convicted of murder, one of the biggest things that you have to have is some form of evidence. And I want to know, if there was no gun and no DNA evidence linking him to the murder scene, how do you guys think that they found out that he murdered his daughter and his daughter's mom? He could have modified it. P-Man, it's a bit difficult to do that, especially if you start off in the hole. Because they can actually, I don't know if you know this, but they can actually start you in this thing called arrears. A-R-R-E-A-R-S, arrears. Meaning they could go back up to 5 years and say that the amount that we're going to garnish from you every month, now we're going to go ahead and multiply that by however many years or months that you did not pay up until that point. And now you're going to be responsible for that entire amount. That's called arrears. So you could instantly be in a crap, excuse my language, in a crap ton of trouble from the jump. Even if you didn't know that you were a father, if you just find out that you were a father, you could instantly be thousands and thousands of dollars behind in child support. So let's see. Cell phone internet history. That's a great guess. Confession. Relationship rehab got it. Relationship rehab got it. Sarita, fingerprints and hair follicles would qualify as DNA evidence, and they didn't have any of that. Phil, basically, At that point, all they had was just the fact that he just searched some stuff and said, what if I'm behind on child support? Like, those questions were actually innocent. But relationship rehab got it. It was a confession. To give you guys the actual answer. That's the answer. It was a confession. No, it wasn't on Facebook. No, it wasn't on Facebook Live. It wasn't Hey Live. It wasn't none of that. None of that. Right? Prosecutors relied on his videotaped confession to detectives. Then there were cell phone records, which, like I said, is part of how they found the internet searches. There were surveillance videos and notes he wrote to his loved ones before heading to jail. I know I have failed you as a son, he told his mom. I have failed you as a son, is what he told his mom. Didn't say anything about a father, but I thought I'd throw that out there. But what they specifically said was that he told his mom, I have failed you as a son. Boy, you know, the pain and hurt in the black community goes pretty deep. Now, what I want to do here is I want to show you guys a video if I can get this up on the screen, because I am missing my video. I don't know how I forgot to put this video up there, but I know exactly where it's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys listen to this confession. I'm going to have to pause it for a moment. Hold on.
Okay, so
there we go. Because I didn't have it ready before the show started. So that's my apologies. So let me move this in the correct area so you guys can see this real nice and big. And before I show you guys any video, of course, what I always have to do is I have to give you the disclaimer. Now, federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107, hashtag, say it with me, fair use. Cortez said, Jay, his mom failed him. What'd you say, relationship rehab? He said, didn't have sense enough to ask for a lawyer. I swear black folks refuse to learn the law and policies, which is why we always struggle and lose. I'm just saying, like, if nothing else, like anybody that has done a crime has the right to an attorney. You have the right to be represented. Now, no lawyer will sit there and let him confess to that. Absolutely not. Thank you, CJ Gunn. No lawyer. He's just sitting there with who did they say? With detectives. He's sitting there with two detectives, which is what you guys can see on the screen right there. It baffles me too. They had no actual evidence linking him to this murder. So how they got this dude? They got him by way of a confession. How about that? Now, you know, I don't know whether you want to blame it on, you know, the fact that, you know, maybe something in his spirit told him he needed to confess. Maybe his mom told him to confess. Maybe you can blame it on, you know, the confession on his mom. Maybe the lack of, you know, representation. Maybe you could blame it on the goose. Maybe you could blame it on the alcohol. I don't know. But anytime that you are facing anything legal, it's only right that you have some representation. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether you're there for property taxes. It doesn't matter whether you're there for small claims court. If you have the ability to have representation, you should have it. Even if you have a court-appointed attorney, anything. I don't think they would just sit there and just let this dude just get up there and just get to just talking. They had absolutely nothing. And I'm not saying that he should not have said what he did. It's the moral thing to do. But it's dumb legally. It's very dumb legally. Yeah, they're absolutely going to put him under the jail. Now, I'll read that again. With no gun and no DNA evidence linking him to the murder scene, prosecutors relied on his videotape confession to detectives. Man, he told on himself. Maybe he just manned up. I don't get what the difference is when you, like, Robert, I feel you and I know what you're saying and I know you're trying to say something good, but that's not smart. Putting yourself in harm's way is not a smart thing to do. When you're dealing with the courts and you're dealing with police, you're not supposed to do the man thing, the man up thing. What you're supposed to do is the legal thing, what you are legally required to do. When you're dealing with the judicial system, you are supposed to do the legal thing. If you're not familiar with what the legal thing is that you are supposed to do, then what you're supposed to do is hire representation that does know the system to tell you fairly what your rights are. Because it is the police's job in order to get evidence, legally get evidence. Because I'm going to tell you guys this. How many times have you guys seen where police have raided people's homes or pulled people over and these cases get thrown out over technicalities because the police didn't know the rules? Your Miranda rights. Thank you. Matter of fact, thank you for actually bringing that up. Let's do this because I don't mind what he said. It's just that I just don't think it's an intelligent thing to say. Morals don't apply in the legal realm. 100. Thank you, Brielle. Brielle, boy, you've been on it lately, man. I like that. Uh-oh, wait a minute. That pulled up the wrong thing. Let's see if I can get it here. All right. A typical Miranda warning can read as follows. Now, what it is a Miranda warning. Uh-oh, what was said? Did he say something that he wasn't supposed to? Oh, well, I ain't gonna look for... Oh, that's probably why I couldn't see it. Hold on. Let me switch this. Oh, well, if you get timed out, man, just like I say, you just have to be mindful of what you say. Oh, yeah. That's fine. That's a good timeout. So just let him come back. Maybe he'll think about it when he comes and posts the next time, okay? Now, the Miranda warning, which can also be referred to as a person's Miranda rights, all right? What we want to do, guys, is we want to differentiate the difference between the moral thing and the legal thing. The moral thing, the legal thing, okay? The moral thing, we ain't questioning that. But we are questioning is the legal thing. Because those two things are tied together, right? You can be moral, but you should be legal. You should be legal, but you should also have morals. Everybody understand that? But you shouldn't have one without the other. You can't be moral and do the moral thing and then say we're not going to be legal about it. You shouldn't do the legal thing and then just turn around and be like, we're just going to throw morals out the window. Because those two things work in conjunction with each other in the court of law. Now, Miranda rights is also referred to, Miranda warning is also referred to as Miranda rights, which is a right to silence warning given by police in the United States to criminal suspects in police custody or in a custodial interrogation, which is what he was in, before they are interrogated to preserve the admissibility of their statements against them in criminal proceedings. A typical Miranda warning can read as follows. You have the right to remain silent. That's his right. That's his legal right. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. That's your right. You have the right to an attorney. It's the third thing they say. You have the right to an attorney. So take advantage of your rights. Anybody that tells you that you shouldn't take advantage of your rights because of some moral clause that's just not intelligent, guys. Come on. All right. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, so even if he ain't got money, one will be appointed to you by the court. With these rights in mind, are you still willing to talk with me about the charges against you? That's typically the way it's read. Now, the Miranda warning is part of a preventative criminal procedure rule that law enforcement are required to administer to protect an individual who is in custody and subject to direct questioning or its functional equivalent from a violation of his or her Fifth Amendment right against compelled self-incrimination. Y'all got that? In Miranda versus Arizona, 1966, the Supreme Court held that the admission of an elicited incriminating statement by a suspect not informed of these rights violates the Fifth Amendment and the Sixth Amendment right to counsel through the incorporation of these rights into state law. Thus, if law enforcement officials decline to offer a Miranda warning to an individual in their custody, they may interrogate that person and act upon the knowledge gained, but may not use that person's statement as evidence against him or her in a criminal trial. I love you guys in Soto Nation so much, so please tell me that I don't have to read that again. Please tell me that you guys understood what I just read about this man's rights, according to the Fifth and Sixth Amendment. Okay, everybody got that? So I say these things and I make sure and I reiterate these things so that way that we should not have to go back and reintroduce those points again. All right. Now, with no gun and no DNA evidence linking him to the murder scene, prosecutors relied on his videotape confession to detectives, cell phone records, surveillance videos, and notes he wrote to his loved one before heading to jail. So more than likely what happened was they read him his Miranda rights. They asked him all of the pertinent questions that they were legally required to do. Then at that point, they started asking him questions. His legal right, if he didn't have counsel, was to say, I want to talk to a lawyer, or I don't want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to a lawyer. Can I see a lawyer? At that point, interrogation's over. DJ, can you read the Miranda again? You know what, Relationship Rehab? I'll just email you the link to the Miranda rights. How about that? Now, I'm going to show you guys this videotape. Again, we've already read the fair use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys hear it, and I'm going to turn it up to make sure that you guys can hear it good enough. Here we go.
Okay, so after she said that, what did you do?
I became upset.
You became upset? Where was the gun at? Was it already in your hand? Or did you have it in your waistband or your pocket? In your waistband? Did you say anything to her prior to pulling the gun out?
I said, hey. She said, yeah, he's still over there.
And just to let you guys know, he's mumbling, so even I can't hear it, and I've got headphones on.
I want to talk to her about gold.
Huh?
And I want to talk about the child support.
Okay.
That's why I came.
He said he wanted to talk to her about the child support, so he went to her house to talk to her about this here child support.
So you went over there to talk about the child support. What did you want to talk to her about?
That she need to take it off.
That she wanted to take it off?
Yeah, she needs to.
And what did she say?
I just see the letter in there. I guess, I don't know what it was saying, but I just see the letter in the mail talking about the child support stuff.
He says something in the child support stuff. I can't even hardly hear this dude.
When did you receive the letter in the mail?
Apparently he got a letter in the mail about the support order, and at that point they just started taking it out of his check. So he wanted to go over there to go talk to her about this. All I'm saying is I understand the mentality, because you're just like, hey, you know, this is the person that caused this to happen, so why not go talk to the source of my issue, which is that woman. So naturally, he wanted to have a conversation with her about it.
It was recent though?
Yeah.
So when Did you actually tell her that you received the letter?
Yeah.
So did you tell her that she needs to take the child support off, or no, you didn't?
We had a conversation before about it.
Uh-huh.
He said, we had a conversation before about it.
About, she said I could try to take it off.
I was wondering, thank you, Jay, because mumbling won't help provide innocent. Yep.
Okay.
But they said I couldn't.
Now that actually is true, Therese. So, you know, he could actually probably do himself a favor by making sure and having some proper representation. Because honestly, I mean, now the officer sitting in front of him, I don't really know how that works. Maybe just based on his word, he can say, I heard him say it. But the fact that you're sitting in that room and you can't hear this dude, you know, clearly say anything. Like one of my favorite movies, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this movie, but it's called Law Abiding Citizen. How many people have seen that movie? Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx. It's one of my favorite movies. And it actually dealt with something similar to this. He said, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove in court. So when that dude so-called gave him his initial confession, he just said, you know, very, very bland, very general things. And in this case, this dude is speaking so low and so unintelligible that you could actually make a case and say that he didn't confess to anything. But I don't know. I don't know that it's going to work out that way for him. He might end up making it through this whole system and just screwed.
Okay.
But like I said, I didn't personally, you know, hear the confession there, but they saying he did confess though. Now he said, "I'm not the monster they're making me out. They're making me seem to be." He wrote to the mother of his 2 children. "I was lying to them until they bring me your picture." He told his girlfriend. The lie he refers to is when he first told officials that he was sleeping at the time in question. But then he was shown surveillance video of his SUV rolling out of his apartment complex that morning. Again, he was talking, and they're calling him out on it. He acquiesced. So for people that don't know what acquiesce means, I tend to use that term a lot. It actually means accept something reluctantly, but without protest. So he accepted something without protest and told detectives he simply went to his daughter's townhouse to see her off to school. Now, WP reports eventually, after hours of denial, Boswell-Johnson confessed, prosecutors said. He woke up in the early morning hours of February 2nd and drove to Fort Washington, parking his car down the street from Davis's home, which is the mom. Then he sat on the steps 2 houses away, waiting for Davis to emerge for work. Detectives testified, describing Boswell-Johnson's confession. "I want to talk to you about child support," Boswell-Johnson said to her, according to his recorded police interview. When she refused to talk, he pulled a gun from his waistband and fired, he said in his confession. Davis was shot in the back and Chloe suffered 2 gunshot wounds. Boy. With bullets piercing her car seat, according to expert testimony at trial. The close-range gunfire was so violent, according to prosecutors, it blew Chloe out of her car seat and the beads out of her hair. Damn. The close-range gunfire was so violent, according to prosecutors, it blew Chloe out of her car seat and the beads out of her hair. This little girl. He went there to terminate his child support. Assistant State's Attorney Joseph Rudy said after showing jurors the bloodstained pink onesie Chloe was wearing the morning of the shooting. Chloe was a bill that he wasn't going to pay. That's how they referred to, this kid, the way that he treated her, as a bill. After the killing, Boswell-Johnson fled and went to work. Man, that's cold, man. That's definitely cold. So, man. Let me see. I think most of this I already have. Now, here's a little bit more. There was not a hint of dissension between the two parties, Jones said. They joked and talked about their daughter, who my client referred to as my baby girl. But I'm going to tell you guys something. I've been through that before where, me and my kid's parent, we get along great. And then next thing you know, you think everything is going good, and then you just get these papers in the mail sent to you, and then you start seeing money start disappearing out of your check. I don't know, man. I get the frustration portion of it. I really do. I really do. So when they say there was not a hint of dissension, there's not a hint of dissension because of the fact that this hit him by surprise. It just started coming out his check. He got this thing in the mail, and he's like, what's up with this? Because he thought everything was all good. Now, Davis was a teacher at Bradbury Heights Elementary School in Capitol Heights. She and her daughter were killed outside of their Fort Washington home in one of many high-profile domestic homicides that dominated headlines in Prince George's County in 2016. Boswell-Johnson at first told officials he was sleeping. I think I told you guys that already. Parked down the street. He denied it. He said he was there to talk about child support. When she refused to talk, he pulled the gun from his waistband and fired. He said in a confession, Davis was shot in the back and Chloe suffered 2 gunshot wounds. He was there to terminate child support. Assistant State Attorney Joseph Ruddy said after showing jurors the bloodstained pink onesie Chloe was wearing the morning of the shooting. Let me see. Boswell fled the scene, leaving his daughter wounded in the car before he went to work at an auto glass shop in Rockville, he told police. He later told detectives he tossed the gun wrapped in a Walmart bag in a dumpster near his workplace. But by the time Boswell-Johnson disclosed the location of the gun, it was too difficult for authorities to recover it because I'm pretty sure that the trash had already been taken by the city. Then the gun had become part of a compacted trash heap about the size of 6 train cars, testimony showed. Despite extensive searches, police did not find the gun. In his closing argument, Jones played 2 hours of video from his client's interview with police showing him consistently denying his involvement. Jones said police kept Boswell-Johnson for more than 24 hours, cornered him in a small room, and psychologically pressured him. That's what he said, but why isn't his representation, his lawyer, saying that? Jones likened his client to the character of Kunta Kinte from Roots, a slave who was beaten into submission. But like I said, he should, if he was read his Miranda rights, then he should have known that he should have been able to hire an attorney. They caged him in the room, Jones said. They wouldn't let him up until he regurgitated what they told him. Eventually, Boswell admitted to lying. I already told him myself, Boswell said to the police during his recorded confession. I'm going to jail for life, man, is what he quotes. Jones said he plans to appeal and ask for a retrial, saying that the police did not attempt to consider other suspects with motives and that his client was not effectively allowed to confront detectives' trial testimony. Also, Brooks said her office plans to ask at a hearing in June that Boswell-Johnson get a life sentence without parole. I still haven't heard anything about him having an attorney. The case against Boswell-Johnson is the second also Brooks has personally prosecuted since she took office in 2010. In 2013, also Brooks took the lead in a case whose details echo the killings of Davis and her daughter. In that case, D.C. police officer Richmond Phillips killed his mistress and left their infant daughter in an SUV to die, in a hot SUV to die. So I actually mentioned this to you guys before about the police officer that killed, his mistress and her daughter. Also in the disagreement over child support payments, Phillips was convicted of 2 counts of murder. Repeating what she told the jury in 2013 in Phillips' case, also Brooks said to jurors in Boswell-Johnson's trial, "What happens in darkness," she said, "will surely come to light." Now, that entire time, I didn't hear anything about this man having any type of representation. I think it's the right thing to do. It's the legal thing to do, and he has his rights. So I don't know if they violated his rights or not. Excuse me. But it definitely seems like some things are missing here. For sure. Definitely that so-called confession that they recorded was crap, dude. Like, you couldn't hardly hear nothing at all. Like, you can clearly hear the officer talking. But as far as him so-called giving his confession, or allegedly giving his confession, I don't know how much of a confession that is. I don't know how well that's going to hold up. But I guess we'll see. But I thought I'd let you guys know about this story. I thought it was important not only to the narrative that we speak here, but I definitely think that it's pertinent because of the fact that this is what I'm talking about. And this is what I tried to tell the brother Suge a couple of days ago on the panel. As I told him, I said, what we need to do is men and women need to start getting together and working with each other and stop sicking this child support system on men. Because eventually when you keep backing men into a corner, men are going to revolt. Men are not going to act like men anymore. They're going to act like animals when you back them into a corner. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to put the children at risk, and we for sure don't want to put others at risk. In this case, it was the mom and the child. We don't want to put humans at risk. We don't want to continue to keep putting our black community at risk of us, because now you're looking at 3 lives that are lost. 2 that are gone from this earth, and 1 that is never going to see the light of day at the rate that he's going, especially without no representation. So that's 3 lives that could have potentially been out in society doing something positive, done for. All behind so-called trying to get a check and make this man take care of his quote-unquote responsibilities. It's not right to try to force anybody to take care of their responsibilities. The way that I raised my kid, as I tell my daughter, and I'm pretty sure that Jay McLovin will vouch for me on this, because I've told her what my philosophy is on raising children, right? As I told her, I don't try to force my daughter into doing anything. I don't try to tell my daughter necessarily to go in a particular direction, but what I do is I give her all of the information about it. I'm like, hey, this is all the facts that are on the table about this thing. This is why you need to do this. This is why you need to brush your teeth. This is why you need to wash your face. This is why you need to take a bath. This is why you need to get up and clean up your room. Because you don't want to have messiness. You don't want to have bugs. You want to have a clean, sanitary room. You want to make sure that you are clean and sanitary. Make sure that your breath smells good. You don't want to be talking to your friends or in class and cause somebody their eyeball to fall out of their head because your breath is smelling so bad. Just teaching her life lessons to say that, hey, look, these are things that your mom shouldn't have to tell you to do. These are things that if you don't like your mom, forcing you to do these things or getting onto your case about doing these things, then what you can do, as on your own volition to keep her out of your hair is you do it on your own. You start doing these things on your own, then your mom don't have to tell you to do it. The more you do these things, the more that they become habit. The more that they become habit, then eventually they become things that you do in life on a regular basis without any coercion. I don't have to tell my daughter or force my daughter into doing a thing. I'm like, hey, these are the facts. You make your own decision. I'm empowering my daughter with accountability. Whatever happens to you is going to be because you wanted it to happen. You're not going to be a victim of circumstance. My father never allowed me to be a victim. So the things that I did, he always pointed the finger back at me. It's something you could have did better. Something you missed. Well, what did you do? And I used to think that it was a bad thing at the time. But as I got older, I said, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense because that actually empowers me. I control my destiny. I control the stuff that's happening to me on a day-to-day basis, right? Exactly, Kev. All of that stuff. Kev is a father. He knows. Shout out to my parents out there. Insatiable said, just teaching them about responsibility. Thank you. That's it. Just teaching kids about responsibility. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to have somebody looming over you in your adult years telling you need to do this, you need to do that, or at least you shouldn't. Because if you breed that correct mindset, then what is it that you're going to give your children when you start to have children and you start to have your own family? Then you're going to breed that same mindset. So if you breed the correct mindset, if you breed them as good children, then they're going to produce good adults. Breed good children, breed good adults. Raise good children, you get good adults. All right? That sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. Again, man, I'd like to thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. We had just under a couple hundred people here, which is cool. Like I say, you guys just hit the thumbs up if you want to show some support. If you guys want to show any level of monetary support, you can always do that by hitting the links out there. I'm sure one of my moderators will post it so you guys can click those and take a look at them at your own discretion. If you want to show support, then like I say, what we do is we end up using that not only to either build the show, to keep the show going, but we also use that in order to do things in the community. It makes it a hell of a lot easier to get things done. So I definitely encourage you guys to check out the PayPal link as well as the Patreon also. Again, I appreciate you guys' support. It's early enough, and I think that I have maybe a session here with my married couple. So what's my guy's name? Damn it. Sherrod. I think if Sherrod and Talisha out there, if you guys are watching the show, y'all make sure and check your email, because I sent you guys an email. So if you guys still want to be a part of that, of the show this evening, then I'd be more than happy to have you guys on if you have time. So just make sure and check your email. If you guys need to contact me, just shoot me an email at thesotoyoudig@gmail.com. All right, we did get one donation, so that's cool. Not a problem. Let me read that off for you guys. Let me see. What did she say? Okay. Got you. Jay McLovin, you know you good. I ain't got no problem. Anytime that you feel the need to hit somebody over the head with that timeout, then you go ahead and do what you need to do. You know we ain't got to talk about that. I've already told you do what you feel like you need to do. So I'm not gonna question you. So if you make a judgment call in there, then I'm all for it. So again, I'd like to thank you guys. That's pretty good, man. We had almost a couple hundred people watching. That's pretty good. So let me go ahead and read off these donations real quick. We got a couple of them in. I think I gave this brother credit for the last one. Oh, no. That's a deposit. Oops. Again, shout out to my sister Pan. Shout out to my sister Chaz. Shout out to my sister Sinead. Shout out to Chorus. My brother Skohar. Lance. My brother DJC Smooth. My brother, Relationship Rehab. Also, make sure you post your links out there so we can follow your channels. Bonnie. Shout out to Bonnie H. My brother Tavis, aka Super T. I know not to read your name. I know that one. My brother L Smooth. Megan, I saw your email. So Megan, shout out to Megan for showing some love also. Now for the ones that we got tonight, I'm going to read these off real quick. Let me refresh it. There we go. Now, to my sister that donates on a regular basis, always showing love, that is my sister Erica G. And she said, here's a little something for you. Keep speaking the truth. Erica, I absolutely will. That's my sister E. Goose is me. Shout out to you and thank you very, very, very much, sister. You know, I appreciate you. Let me make sure. Okay, got you. This is from my sister Diana P. She said, just showing some love. Definitely appreciate that, Diana. Appreciate the support. And you always support, big time support. And I appreciate that, Diana. And also, always showing love and salute and support, bro. Salute. That's from my brother, Relationship Rehab. You guys make sure and look up Relationship Rehab, TRR. And that is the Relationship Rehab. Okay? Also, make sure you guys look up, hold on, I just had a brain fart. Look up the Guru and the Horse Show. Hopefully that you guys get that started back up again. And also United Guns of America. Make sure to look that up also. And make sure and keep an eye out for Relationship Rehab show on Tuesday. Tate, T-A-I-T. Talk About It Tuesday. Make sure and look out for that show also. Keep an eye out because I'm going to probably start trying to work with my brother Shouty King on Soto Gaming so we can keep the content up over there. Shout out to my sister Packer Girls, Soto Sports, and Soto Politics as usual. Shout out again to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. I cannot say that enough. If not for him, we wouldn't have the platform. We wouldn't have, the momentum that we had. But now that, we've been able to take it and do something and get it going on our own, I definitely want to make sure and continue to take advantage of, of the blessings that him blessing us with some help, supporting the platform, the donations that he's given, for the people to say that, people just throw donations into him. Tommy has thrown donations to all kinds of people, especially myself. So you got to give credit where credit is due. Anytime that I quote something that Tommy says, I always give him credit. So shout out to my brother, Tommy Sotomayor. As always, I love you, my brother, and thank you. Thank you to everybody in the chat. All my moderators, Jason Gunn, Diana, Rochelle, Revy, Shay McLovin in the chat. Who else am I missing out there? Skohar, Iguz is me, Chastity, Diana, Laura Cass. Hey, Laura. You always come in a little bit late. So shout out to my sister Laura. Who else am I missing out of my moderators? My sister Ty Sands, Relationship Rehab. I think I got almost everybody. So again, thank you guys, man. Did you see we did a Patreon? Yes, I did, GSD Mom. I actually wrote you back. And I'll double check it again. So if you did it today, then I did not see it. If you did it prior to today, then I did see it. And I wrote a message back, but I will go and check the Patreon. Again, if you guys want to check that out, it's patreon.com/DJJustJOK. There are some awesome perks that you guys can take advantage of. You can pick whatever amount that you want to donate. Also, shout out to my brother Super T. There he is. Chorus, Laura Cass, there she is. I got you, Laura. Thank you so much, sister. And also the PayPal is paypal.me/DJJustJOK. All right. I think that's everything. All right, guys. If you guys want to see me come back for another show, just say something in the chat. The chat will be up. Oh, what's up, Beat No Logic? How you doing, bro? The chat will be up for about 3 to 5 minutes after I end this show. So I'll see you guys here on the very next show, okay? Thank you again. Soto Nation.